Now to another side of the agriculture business, ag tourism. This time of year, moms, dads, and kids spend time at the pumpkin patch. And as Sunup intern Melanie Jackson shows us, there's a lot more to ag tourism than you might think.
We know oil is #1 in the state, agriculture is #2, tourism is #3. And what makes better sense than to put 2 and 3 together and create, agritourism.
Ag tourism is any activity on a farm or ranch that brings in visitors. It could include U-pick operations like pumpkin patches to vineyards.
Mary Steichen of Silvertop Farm and Vineyards raises grapes, sheep, and grains in Kay County, while Rachel Pickens uses her land solely for agritourism in the fall.
With the success of adding on agritourism components to an existing operation, we've seen people just start it up as a standalone business and be successful that way.
I try to find fun, exciting ways to teach them a little bit about agriculture. For example, over at the corn box, there's a little bit of information about how corn's grown, what we use it for, why it's important. And then over at the petting zoo, there's little things about the animals.
So we found that people were interested in what we were doing, how we were doing it, and that's how we got into the hospitality, interest in doing tours and bringing people here. After they learn some of the things about grape growing, they go and learn a little bit about farming. Then they learn a little bit about agriculture and livestock. And then, of course, everybody loves the samples.
Ag tourism is becoming more popular in Oklahoma. And for the wine industry, that benefit has been to the tune of $15 million over the past couple of years.
Economic development, the broader it is, the more diversified it is, I think the better off we are within our region.
Well, a couple of different reasons come to mind. One is it can increase the profitability of the farm, and that's definitely the motivation for many operators. But it's also important to Oklahoma's history.
And I thought it was so important to give back to an industry that's done so much for my family.
Agritourism attracts families from all over the world to Oklahoma, but the greatest number of visitors are looking for a regional adventure.
We've seen a shift from sort of the national park hunting and fishing activities of yesteryear to more near-to-home activities like going out to a farm or a ranch, which people might not be familiar with on a day-to-day basis like they used to be, but are interested in that nevertheless.
My goal was that I wanted to make sure it was real, that it was an experience. They could touch, feel it, and understand what we do, why we do it, where their food comes from, and bring them back to the rural roots. Because we're 3 to 5 generations from the family farm, and amazingly, people don't remember some of these things, and so we bring them back in touch with that.
But just knowing that here, while they're at the farm, they've learned something, because that's our next legislators, that's our next president of the United States.
People need to touch, feel, and taste, and they walk away with a good experience.